I see the lights are still green, so we'll just touch on it real quick on a Monday morning.
Yeah.
But it just looks like just fuel is being thrown on that fire. That is the fire between Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers. I did see Mark Murphy come out and said that Aaron Rodgers is he's just a complicated fella. Which, I mean, hey, you got to know if you're Mark Murphy, like even, I mean, and given Aaron Rodgers probably is a complicated fella. I mean, he's one of the best minds in football. I think he's got a great grasp on life. I think he's, learning more about football and things outside of football. So it's not just he's not just football driven. So in that aspect, like yeah, I'm sure there is some complexities to the man who is Aaron Rodgers, which not a bad thing at all. But you got to know if you're going to come out and say something like that, the media is going to take it and just rake it through the mud. And all the Packers fans are going to be like, shut the fuck up
Yep.
at the end of the day. Because, you're coming out saying, oh, we should probably just keep these conversations private, not add anything to the drama. And then you come out and say, well, he is a complicated fella, like Ted Thompson used to say about him and many other players that had played for the Packers. And yeah, so I think I know what Mark Murphy was trying to go for, but I think he missed tremendously.
Mark Murphy needs to shut up when it comes to Aaron Rodgers. This is the stuff that drives me crazy. There's no way that the media spun this. There's no bullshit that happened. There is a choice that he had to make, which is, am I going to say anything about Aaron Rodgers or not? I've been advised not to. Even if they asked you a question about him, just give some answer like everyone else has been capable of doing. Everyone else. LaFleur is just like, we'd love to have him back. Why could Mark Murphy
Yep.
not just say something along the lines of, yeah, we're working on it and move on? He had to open his mouth. And the reality is this guy drives me crazy because no one cares what Mark Murphy has to say or thinks anyway. There's no Packers fan walking around like, you know what? I'm really interested to hear what Mark Murphy has to say about this, especially in regards to this Aaron Rodgers situation. If Mark Murphy was not in charge of the Green Bay Packers starting today, half of the fan base would not even notice. They would not
For sure.
know. There is no need. The guy, look, he has helped build the team, all that good stuff, whatever. I'm not saying he's an idiot. I'm not saying I hate the guy. I don't know him. I don't really care. But he should shut up when everyone's telling him to shut up about the Aaron Rodgers things. Just shut up. No one is interested. Have some humility. No one cares what Mark Murphy has to say about any of this. He's only making it worse. That's just the fact of
Yeah.
the matter. I don't know what else to say. This guy just needs to shut the hell up.
And I will say it this way: maybe someone hasn't told him to shut up in the right way. These old whites, they only understand one way to be told to
It's
shut up.
true.
And here, I'll say it right here. So hopefully Mark Murphy sees this. Mark Murphy, just shut up and crunch the numbers. That's what you're good at.
Yes.
Stay in your lane, homie.
Yes.
That's what it is at the end of the day. Stop talking about Aaron Rodgers. Stop talking publicly about these players. Get your team under the cap. Worry about how you keep your team great. And coming out and saying stuff like, oh, he's a complicated fella is not worrying about keeping your team great. All these old whites want to talk about players, stay in your lane, do this, don't talk about politics, don't go outside your lane. Well, here's an old example for an old white to stay in his lane and just do what he has to do and not add any more fuel to this fire. Make the conversations happen behind the scenes, make it better, and don't come out thinking you're going to be put out a great quote. you know, it's just not going to
Yes.
happen. So shut up, crunch the numbers, and because at this point you might be running yourself out of town if you didn't realize.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fan base, you say is divided. Yeah, I'm sure they are divided because half of the fan base is like, oh, I don't mind Mark Murphy, doing what he has to do for the Packers organization, and the other half is this guy's a freaking idiot. So I mean, that's where it's divided. It's not divided around any of this Aaron Rodgers stuff. It's probably more divided around Mark Murphy at this point. Um, you know, and I will say it's not a bad thing to be a complicated fellow,
It's true.
but also, just shut up and crunch the numbers, Mark.